Sharon Osbourne stood at the edge of the altar, her trembling hands clutching a folded piece of paper. The hall was silent, filled with mourners and flashes of black suits and veils, as her voice cracked with grief. "He wasn't just my husband," she began, tears flowing freely. "He was my twin soul. We laughed, we screamed, we broke, we healed, and through it all we endured. That was Ozzy, my Iron Man." Her tribute felt like both a farewell and a final love letter to a man she had known for over 4 decades. As Sharon spoke, the room seemed to hold its breath. "He gave the world his music, but to me and our children, he gave everything," she said, her voice thick. "Even when his demons came, even when the lights dimmed, he stayed. And I stayed. Because love doesn't run." It was the final chapter in a love story that had stunned, fascinated, and inspired millions. But behind Sharon's poise that day stood a lifetime of fire, resilience, and grit. Born Sharon Rachel Levy on October 9, 1952, in Brixton, South London, her earliest memories were painted in shadows and survival. Her father, Don Arden, was a powerful and feared music manager, dubbed Mr. Big for his notorious dealings. The music industry was in her blood, but so was chaos. Her upbringing was marred by volatility, her father's aggression, his iron fist in business, and his occasional cruelty in the home. Sharon would later describe her childhood as both privileged and traumatic. By her 20s, she was fully immersed in the music world, working for her father's management company. It was during this time that she encountered a young, unstable, recently fired frontman from the band Black Sabbath, John Michael Ozzy Osbourne. When the band sacked Ozzy in 1979, Sharon saw more than just a fallen rocker. She saw potential. She took a gamble, became his manager, and began to piece together his solo career, negotiating record deals, organizing tours, and crafting his public image. Her instincts were right. Ozzy's debut solo album Blizzard of Oz, 1980, became a massive hit, and Sharon's reputation as a fierce, no-nonsense manager was cemented. But what began as professional soon turned personal. They fell in love, messily, passionately, and at times destructively. Their relationship was stormy, plagued by Ozzy's drug and alcohol abuse, and punctuated with dramatic fights. In 1989, during a cocaine and booze-fueled episode, Ozzy was arrested for attempting to strangle Sharon. She refused to let that be the end. Instead, she sent him to rehab. "I married a mad man," she would later say, "but I knew what I was doing. I saw the man behind the madness." The couple married in July 1982 and went on to have 3 children, Amy, Kelly, and Jack. Through the years, Sharon played dual roles, manager and mother, businesswoman and caregiver, protector and fighter. She steered Ozzy's career through the 80s and 90s, weathering scandals, addiction relapses, and public meltdowns, while also raising their children in a home that often teetered on the edge of chaos. In 2002, the world got an inside look at the Osbourne household through the MTV reality show The Osbournes. The show was an unexpected hit and turned the entire family into global celebrities. Sharon, in particular, stood out. With her sharp wit, motherly love, and no-filter commentary, she redefined what it meant to be a rock star's wife. No longer just Ozzy's manager, she was a star in her own right. Her success on television led to more opportunities. She became a judge on the X Factor UK, a panelist on America's Got Talent, and later a host on The Talk, a daytime talk show in the US. Her charisma and candor made her a household name. But it wasn't all red carpets and TV lights. In 2002, Sharon was diagnosed with colon cancer. She underwent surgery and chemotherapy while continuing to film The Osbournes. Her battle with cancer was public, raw, and honest, just like her. She beat it and became a vocal advocate for cancer awareness, even founding the Sharon Osbourne Colon Cancer Program. Through the highs and lows, Sharon's bond with Ozzy endured. Their love was unconventional, deeply flawed, but unshakably real. They renewed their vows multiple times. Even during Ozzy's Parkinson's diagnosis in 2020, Sharon was by his side, unflinchingly. "I don't know life without him," she once said, "and I don't want to." Her speech at his funeral was filled with such moments of pain, love, and resolve. "We danced through storms," she said, her hand trembling, "and we made fire out of ashes. He gave me scars, yes, but also our children and a lifetime of memories. I forgive him everything, because in the end, he gave me a life I never dreamed I could have." She looked down at the casket draped in dark flowers. "I held his hand the night he died. I sang to him. I told him it was okay to go, that I would carry the rest. And I will." The world remembers Sharon Osbourne as the tough, sometimes controversial, ever-vocal matriarch of a rock dynasty. But behind the headlines and glamour lies a woman who built her empire brick by brick, on pain, persistence, and fierce love. Her life has been one of transformation, from a neglected daughter to a savvy businesswoman, from a battered partner to a public figure unafraid to speak her truth. She has written multiple memoirs, each more revealing than the last, and survived family turmoil, media attacks, health crises, and public feuds. Yet, she never let adversity define her. Sharon's resilience has become her legacy, second only to her devotion to her family. She has championed mental health, spoken against industry abuse, and stood firm in the face of criticism. Her unapologetic strength made her a role model to many. In one of her last interviews after Ozzy's passing, she said softly, "People think grief is silence. But for me, it's in the noise. It's in the songs he sang, the jokes we shared, the fights we had. He's everywhere. And I still manage him, only now, it's the memory of him I protect." Indeed, Sharon Osbourne's life is not just a biography of one woman. It's the story of love that burned, stumbled, roared, and endured. It's the tale of a woman who turned loss into legacy, chaos into empire, and heartbreak into power. As mourners exited the funeral that day, a track played quietly in the background, Ozzy's Dreamer. Sharon stood alone for a moment, the room nearly empty, before whispering, "Sleep well, my love. You earned your peace." Then she turned, heels clicking softly, already carrying the weight of both their stories. Through love, loss, and legacy, Sharon Osbourne has shown us what it truly means to endure. Her story isn't just about fame. It's about family, fight, and fierce devotion. If this tribute moved you, let us know in the comments. Subscribe for more untold stories that deserve to be remembered. Like, share, and keep the legacy alive.